Love is not a race, but the steadfast journey of two hearts, weathering storms, yet resolutely returning to one another. Dr. Sue Johnson. Have you ever felt this way? By day, you wait for a flood of "I miss you" texts, and instead you receive silence. By night, you lie awake asking yourself, have they stopped thinking about me? Or have they stopped loving me altogether? In an age when faithfulness is measured by likes, romantic captions, or a fresh bouquet, those with a dismissive avoidant attachment style are often misunderstood as indifferent or uncaring. You assume they've abandoned you, but in truth they're guarding a heart terrified of being hurt. When you feel most unanchored, listen to the whisper that matters more than any grand promise. They still come back. That is the quiet, enduring, and most genuine sign of loyalty. Imagine the moment they return without a dramatic apology or cinematic scene, just a gentle look and an embracing hug. I'm still here. That gesture is not one of negligence, but a silent declaration of the heart. You are worth facing my fears and coming back to you. And if you're exhausted from pleading, persuading, and waiting for romantic theatrics, it's time to adopt a new perspective. Learn to read this unique language of devotion and honor the return, a love that is not loud but profoundly felt in every heartbeat. Imagine that morning. You wake with excitement, pick up your phone and send a sweet greeting. Good morning, love. You wait expectantly for any sign of their attention, but minute after minute slips by. 9, 9:30, then 10, and still nothing. Your heart sinks as anxious questions creep in. Are they upset because I said something wrong? Are they busy with someone else? Or do they not care anymore? A wave of insecurity hits you harder than ever, compelling you to refresh notifications in the hope of a simple reply. Then, as the afternoon fades, they appear, stepping through the door with a radiant smile as if nothing were amiss. No lengthy apology, no elaborate explanation, just a warm glance and a casual, "Sorry, I was tied up today." You stand there puzzled, thinking, why does it always happen this way? I long for them, they vanish, and just when I'm about to let go, they return as though they never left. This is the classic cycle of someone with a dismissive, avoidant attachment style. Approach, withdraw, return. Many rush to conclude that this distance signals indifference or even betrayal, failing to realize that, for an avoidant, pulling back is a survival mechanism. They need space to regulate their emotions and avoid becoming overwhelmed by surging feelings. Every time you press for reassurance or a sweet word, they retreat into a defensive shell. The more you demand, the deeper they withdraw into their private world. But if you learn to read the moment they come back, you will understand that this is not abandonment, but the most steadfast declaration of loyalty. They won't dazzle you with promises or shower you with flowers and poetic cards. Instead, they give you their presence when you feared they were gone forever. Their chosen return is a silent yet powerful statement. Though I sometimes step back, I still choose you. That act of showing up, unannounced and unassuming, is their enduring form of love, the most genuine mark of fidelity. When you begin to honor these bright moments amid the quiet, you stop chasing your fears and start embracing the unique rhythm of an avoidance love, building a connection where silence ceases to be a barrier and becomes the very bridge between hearts. After feeling the approach, withdraw, return rhythm in the phenomenon section, it's time to step back and decode those behaviors. Why does an avoidant partner avoid grand, dramatic displays of affection and instead retreat only to quietly come back? When we separate behavior from motivation, we uncover a deeper story, and you'll find peace each time they return. You've seen them leave abruptly and then reappear punctually. Now ask yourself, what drives them to do this? Only by grasping the root cause can you break free from doubt and learn to appreciate this quiet, steadfast loyalty. 1. Independence as a survival strategy. For someone with an avoidant attachment style, independence is more than a preference, it's their most solid self-protection. They grew up in circumstances where emotional needs weren't safely met or even caused pain. So they taught themselves, if I don't depend on anyone, I cannot be abandoned. Independence becomes a shield against emotional risk. In love, they cannot suddenly drop this armor. Instead, they occasionally withdraw into their own world to restore emotional balance and prevent overwhelming feelings from sweeping away their reason. Remember, withdrawing is not giving up, but a way they combat the fear of drowning in too strong emotion. 2. The withdrawal return cycle as commitment. Every time they pull back, it's because they're wrestling with deep-seated fears. They could choose to stay away forever. Instead, they choose to return to you. And that act most powerfully asserts the word choose. Despite my fears, I still choose you. Coming back isn't just about showing up, but an unequivocal declaration of commitment. They might run, but their heart inevitably leads them back to you. 3. 6 silent markers of loyalty. To avoid missing these golden moments, look for these 6 precious signs. A. Consistency. They keep their promises: dinner, a chat, or any rendezvous. When they say, "I'll be there at 7, you can count on it. No grand displays are needed. Appearing right on time is their deepest "I love you." B. Vulnerability. When they share fears, mistakes, or past wounds, that's the key to their rare private world. Note every story they reveal, for opening up is an act of immense courage and trust. For an avoidant, C. Respecting independence. They encourage you to see friends, travel, or pursue your passions. Not because they're detached, but because they honor you as a whole person, not just their other half. This respect shows trust and signals a healthy bond. D. Quiet presence. When you're in pain, they may not offer cliched comfort, but they will be by your side, sitting silently, making your favorite tea, or doing chores so you don't have to. Such deeds prove you're not alone, and they're willing to share your burden. E. Withdrawal and return. They need space, but they never disappear forever. That pause is their recharge. Their continuous returns, even if delayed, are the clearest evidence of their fidelity. They don't vanish to find someone else. F. Growth. Growth for an avoidant is leaping beyond their comfort zone. When they say, "I love you" for the first time, or hold your hand in public, they're facing fear and choosing risk for love. Each step toward you proves they value you over their anxieties. Understanding that independence is their shield and that the withdrawal-return cycle signifies commitment, you will no longer feel hurt by their silence. On the contrary, you'll begin to eagerly anticipate each return as a precious gift. Their coming back becomes a beacon in the darkness, guiding your heart with the reassurance. This distance is temporary, they still choose to come home. With this fresh insight, you can build a relationship grounded in genuine understanding. Their act of showing up at the right moment is no longer taken for granted, but cherished above all, because only by overcoming fear and effort can an avoidant dare to return to your side. Now that you've decoded the approach, withdraw, return cycle, and learned the 6 silent markers of an avoidant's loyalty, it's time for a revelation that turns understanding into action and doubt into appreciation. Ask yourself, am I demanding a Hollywood-style love grand declarations, non-stop affection? Or am I learning to embrace this different model of steadfast devotion? Imagine 2 paths. Path 1, entering the maze of doubt. You pressure them to say, "I love you" repeatedly, flood them with messages to fill the silence. You demand, "Why didn't you text back? Why not say, 'I miss you'?" But each push makes them retreat further into their private world. Silence becomes permanent until one day they disappear for good. You're left with yet another heartbreak. Path 2, welcoming their return. You shift perspective. No demands, no interrogation. When they need space, you honor it. Take all the time you need. I'll be here. Then, when they return, you greet them with warmth. "You're back. I'm so happy to see that smile again." No pressure, only gratitude for their presence. You accept space as part of the relationship and trust that they're fighting their inner battles to come back to you. In the analysis section, we separated behavior from motivation, understanding why they withdraw and return. This revelation shifts you from merely understanding to reframing your perspective. so you no longer get trapped in doubt, but learn to cherish the quiet constancy of their loyalty. How to practice path. 2. Respect their need for space. If they ask for an hour alone, respond, "Of course, take your time. I'll be here when you're ready." This isn't indifference. It's the gift of safety. Celebrate their return. When they reappear, lower your emotional guard. "You're back? I'm so glad." This warm welcome makes their decision to return feel worthwhile. Focus on consistent actions. Shift your attention from words to deeds. Did they show up as promised? Did they help with everyday tasks? Every small action whispers, "I'm still here." Practice gratitude. Thank you for coming back. I know that wasn't easy. Acknowledging their effort encourages more of the same. Observe and record. Note each withdrawal return as a loyal footprint. Reviewing these entries reveals they always come back to you. Adjust your expectations. Replace words with actions as your standard of love. Embracing their style frees you from emptiness when silence falls. Benefits of this revelation: reduced anxiety. You stop waiting for hollow promises. Deeper connection. Small acts of care make them feel understood. Steadier trust. Each return becomes another building block of reliable trust. By choosing path 2, you not only steer your relationship away from storms of doubt, but also open a new horizon where silence is not fearful, but a soft murmur of love. You'll realize distance isn't abandonment. It's proof of quiet devotion. Begin your revelation today. Honor their space, celebrate their return, and build a bond that treasures every act of loyalty. With this shift, your love won't rely on hurried promises, but thrive on the steadfast rhythm of two hearts committed to each other. We've learned to spot the behaviors, understand the motivations, and have our revelation on how to welcome an avoidant partner's unique way of loving. Now, the crucial question is, how do you shift from self-doubt to genuine acceptance and healing? Let's walk through 6 practical steps that build inner resilience, nurture trust, and foster a healthy connection. 1. Identify the pattern, withdrawal-return cycle. Turn doubt into data. Each time they withdraw and return, jot it down. When they left, when they came back, and how you felt. Reviewing your journal will reveal a repeating rhythm, not random abandonment, but their way of managing emotions. Logging these moments frees you from endless why questions and gives you a clear picture of their silent loyalty. R. Set flexible boundaries. Boundaries aren't rigid walls, but soft lines protecting you from overwhelm. A space request is a powerful tool. You might say, "How much time do you need? I just need to know so I won't worry." This shows respect for their need to recharge and affirms your right to emotional safety. If they respect your boundary, they show they value the relationship. If they don't, you have permission to step back and protect yourself. Cultivate inner safety. Every morning, spend 5 minutes in meditation. Breathe deeply and visualize them leaving, then returning into your arms. This mental rehearsal transforms anxiety into a steady belief. They always come back. In the evening, journal. Today they returned at, "I felt." Writing down your emotions isn't about blaming them, but about honoring your experience, an essential step toward healing. C. Practice welcoming the return. When they reappear, lower your emotional shield. Smile and offer genuine warmth. "I'm so happy you're back." No guilt-tripping or interrogation, just acknowledgement. "I understand this is hard for you." This simple act makes their return feel worthwhile and encourages more of the same behavior. 5. Encourage growth. Growth for an avoidant is stepping outside their comfort zone. Whenever they share even a small vulnerability, immediately affirm it. "Thank you for sharing. I know this wasn't easy for you." Your recognition fuels their courage to remain open and gradually deepen your bond. 6. Expand your support network. No matter how close you are, don't depend on a single source for emotional well-being. Reconnect with friends, join interest groups, or seek a therapist. When your emotional energy is diversified, you won't feel overwhelmed each time they need space. Your wider support system becomes a stable foundation for your own healing journey. From doubt, you moved to mapping the withdrawal return cycle. From anxiety, you set boundaries. From fear, you fostered inner safety. From longing, you welcomed their return. From skepticism, you encouraged growth. And from isolation, you broadened your circle of support. When these steps come together, you not only reclaim faith in an avoidance love, you also affirm your own worth. You deserve understanding, respect, and love on your own terms. Remember, true love isn't always a grand spectacle. It can be as quiet as a candle in a storm. When you learn to read and embrace that flicker, you won't dread the distance. Instead, you'll anticipate and cherish each return, because that is the strongest sign of loyalty and enduring commitment. So, in these 15 minutes, you've gained a new lens. Loyalty isn't a promise, it's the act of coming back. Keep applying these steps and turn each cycle into a stronger step forward on your journey of love and healing. With the 6 healing steps under your belt, you now possess the tools to shift from doubt and anxiety to trust and calm. But the journey doesn't end with merely understanding and practicing these techniques. The next step is to embrace a profound truth. Loving an avoidant partner is an exploration of hidden loyalty behind a cool exterior. When you learn to read faithfulness in the quiet, those sleepless nights of waiting and restless wondering will give way to peace of mind. You'll realize distance isn't a full stop, but proof that they still choose you over and over, day after day. Shift the rhythm of your love from loud, dramatic crescendos to steadfast, consistent notes. Loud sounds can drown out the tender melody of a patient heart. Then you'll discover true love isn't about shouting, but about the quiet echo in the heart, reaffirming in every moment, I'm here, I choose you.